unicorns, and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you're tuned into my channel, my name is Vanessa and I, and I would like to welcome you into the fam. So in today's pick a card reading, we're going to be discussing what they thought when they last saw you, what they were feeling, what they were going through. So in order to help you figure out exactly what was running through your person's mind, I have prepared 4 groups that you can choose from, and I would like you to pick one of these 4 groups intuitively. So just go with whichever crystal that you feel the most drawn towards. Also, for all of you out there who struggle to pick a crystal, I would like you to know that sometimes when you can't make up your mind, you may pick 2 crystals because your reading could be a mixture between 2 groups. So the 4 groups that I have prepared for you today are as follows. We have the Aquamarine representing group number 1. We have the Orange Calcite representing group number 2. We have the Vanadinite representing group number 3, as well as the Kyanite, which represents group number 4. And if you need a minute to meditate on all 4 groups, or you would just like an extra second to think about which group you feel really resonates with you, feel free to pause the video right here in order to do so. All of your timestamps can be found in the description box as well as pinned to the comment section, so all you need to do is click your timestamp and you can fast forward to your reading. Furthermore, if you enjoy my videos and you love this type of content, be sure to subscribe to my channel to never miss another reading. So I'm gonna get straight into it, starting off with the first group, which corresponds to the Aquamarine, and to all of my other beautiful groups, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello group number 1, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Aquamarine group number 1. Let's do a quick close-up of your stone. This is what it looks like. This is a absolutely gorgeous stone that ranges from baby blue to this type of light pastel green. This is a very calming stone that helps calm fire signs especially. But let's move into your reading to figure out exactly what was going through their mind the last time that they saw you and what they felt, what they thought. We have the lotus flower, we have the stone people, as well as the volcano. So first and foremost, I'm getting very strong emotions and feelings out of the volcano. So I do want you to know here that the last time they saw you, they probably felt like they were holding something in and like they just kind of wanted to explode with feelings, with coming clean about something, with talking to you about something. And I can see here in the lotus flower that it's become very clear to them over these past weeks and months how they feel about you and what they think of you, which we're going to get into more in a second. So I can see that it was like a slow unfoldment to begin with, but in the stone people, I see that after the slow unfoldment kind of didn't really lead to anything. Now in the volcano, they have this type of passion behind their thoughts about you, and they have this kind of feeling like they just want to burst, like they just want to finally come clean to you about something. But let's move further into your reading to figure out what that is. Ooh, okay, the Tower just popped right out of the pile, and the Tower is a card that can be a little bit challenging. As you can see, it shows that there is some form of disruption. So I see that the last time that this person saw you, they wanted to change everything about the relationship. They wanted to change the structure of the relationship that they're in with you. They wanted to change how they talk to you. They wanted to change how you feel about them. They just wish they could start over with you. That is one thing that I can see here in the Tower, okay? They just wish like they could start on a fresh slate, and they kind of feel a little bit like an idiot around you. I can see here in the 6 of Cups that they're just so desperate for you to reach out to them and for you to tell them that it's okay to open up about their feelings and to open up about what it is that they're going through. I can see here in the 6 of Cups that they really want to share, but they're afraid. They feel like they've made a lot of mistakes in the connection with you and the relationship that you've had up until this point, and they kind of wish like they could go back in time. We have another card that popped right out of the pile, which is the King of Cups. So in the King of Cups, I can see here that in a sense, they find you to be the type of person that they look up to spiritually. And I do also see here in the King of Cups that they wish that you would kind of like gracefully accept them back into your life fully and wholly, while allowing the relationship to kind of start on a fresh slate and in a different way. So in the King of Cups, I see you being represented, you being in charge of the emotional realm, and you also to a certain extent intimidating intimidating this person and making them feel kind of like you're not very approachable. Next, we have the Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands did show up reversed. It did show up upside down. So I want you to know here in the Seven of Wands that there is some sort of feeling of wanting to restart, and they're willing to work really hard for it. So in the Seven of Wands, I can see that they're the type of person who is okay with working really hard to earn your trust back and to get you to a point where they have regained your respect. That's something that's really important to them. Next, we have the Nightingale spirit. So in the Nightingale spirit, I can see that they find you to be somebody who is always surrounded by a lot of love and a lot of emotion that is really caring. And that's something that goes together really nicely with the King of Cups and the type of person that they find you to be here, which is represented in the King of Cups. Someone who is strong, someone who is a little bit intimidating, but nevertheless, you care about other people, and that's something that just shows. I see here in the Dolphin spirit that this type of duality that is within you is something that they appreciate and that they find to be really lovable. So the fact that, yes, for example, in business, of course you want the bottom line to look good, but then at the same time, what is also true is that you want to make sure that whatever business you're in is an ethical one, that everybody gets paid on time, that everybody gets paid a fair wage, so on and so forth. So this is just an example, but that is one thing that I see here in the Dolphin spirit in correspondence to the Nightingale spirit. And they like this type of very humane, caring, and giving side to you, which is again something that they're pleading for you to open up to them, that I can see here in the Six of Cups that we discussed earlier within your reading. But let's move further into your reading to figure out exactly what else that they were thinking the last time they saw you. So I see here in the Coyote spirit that the last time that they saw you, they thought that your paths are definitely going to cross again sooner rather than later. That is one thing that they're really sure of, or that they just kind of have a gut feeling about. I see here in the Coyote spirit that they thought the last time they saw you, like, yes, okay, this is not the last time. This is not the last that we're seeing of one another. I see here in the Flamingo spirit that they're okay with the fact that the last time you saw them eventually came to an end, and now you've gone your separate ways for the next little bit, because they are so sure of you meeting again, of them being able to see you and somehow access your energy again in the near future. So that is one thing that I see in the Flamingo spirit. They're embracing the in-between, and they're using this time away from you to kind of think about how they can get you to this point of opening up. We have the King of Wands. Now, I do want you to know here in the King of Wands that they're having a little bit of trouble with creative ideas. That is one thing that I see with the reversed version. They are having a little bit of trouble coming up with how they can approach you next in order to get the desired result of a relationship out of you. Then we have the Queen of Cups. So in the Queen of Cups reverse, I can see that that is something that makes them sad and causes them kind of like heartache. So group number one, I want you to know here in the Queen of Cups that this is a symbol of them feeling really lonely without you. This is a symbol of them feeling like you're the one that got away, like they really missed out on an awesome friend or partner within you, and there's some deep regret, and they kind of like wish that you would make it easier on them to be able to approach you again from a new angle and to start the relationship on a completely fresh slate. Now, group number one, this is the reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you found it insightful and that it gave you a good idea of what this person thought the last time that they saw you. Leave a little comment down below letting me know what hit home, as well as leave a little dolphin emoji in the comment section if you made it all the way to the end of your reading. And if you enjoyed this reading, make sure that you watch another one. I have hundreds of readings on my channel. Surely you will be able to get value from the other videos. So make sure that you not only hit that subscribe button, but that you also tune into the next. Group number one, I'm sending you so much love as well as positive vibes, and I'll catch you in another one of my videos. Hello, group number two, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the orange calcite, group number two. Let's do a quick close-up of your stone so you can get a better look at it. This is what the orange calcite looks like. This is a gorgeous gemstone, nice choice. So let's move into your reading to figure out exactly what they were thinking the last time that they saw you. So first we have the rainbow. So one thing that I see here is that the last time they saw you, they felt really blessed to be in your presence, and they felt as though you had amazing energy, group number 2. Next we have the tsunami. So you gave them some sort of feeling of a wake-up call. You may have just told them the truth about how you feel, about what you think about a certain situation, and that is something that they don't often encounter. I see that this person doesn't have a lot of people around them who actually are truthful, okay, who actually will tell this person what they really think. So you being really honest and you being kind of outspoken and yourself is something that is a big wake-up call for them. So you were able to give them some sort of epiphany, and they feel almost like, wow, this came out of nowhere, but in the most positive way, as this did come paired up with the rainbow. Let's see, last but not least, we have dream time. So you truly woke them up from a type of illusion that they had about life. That is one thing that I see here in the tsunami in correspondence to the rainbow, that you were able to make them feel like they can create and accomplish anything in life. So you gave them this fresh hope, you gave them this wake-up call, you gave them this feeling of being in a place of control over their life and not having to be so worried about the future, but instead focusing on creating in the now and then allowing the future to simply unfold. But let's move further into your reading to see what else that they thought. We have the Empress. Okay, so the last time that they saw you, they thought, wow, you're hot. Okay, that's what they thought about you. They thought that you were physically really attractive. They thought that you were the type of person that they may consider to be with romantically. If this person that we're inquiring about is not someone who you think would be romantically interested in you, then do know here in the Empress that nevertheless they found you to be on your A game. They found you to be really attractive, really glowy, and just overall in a really beautiful state. If you're a parent or if you have animals, I do see here in the Empress that they thought, wow, you take such great care of those who depend on you. They thought, wow, you are such a great responsible pet parent, or just a great like human baby parent, if you know what I mean. So that is one thing that I can see here in the Empress. But let's move further into your reading. We have the Seven of Swords. So in the Seven of Swords, I do see here that last time they saw you, they felt like you were kind of holding back in a way. So while you did give them this big epiphany, they feel as though you're still holding something in. Just like here in the Seven of Swords, you can see how this person is kind of looking over their back, watching their back, taking some of this knowledge that is represented in the Suit of Swords with them, while just leaving a little bit of information behind. That's how they felt last time you met up with them. They felt like you only gave them half the story or a fraction of the story, and you're keeping a lot in. Now let's figure out what that is that you're keeping in and how that made them feel. Ooh, okay, you've been having nightmares, you've been having anxiety. Now group number 2, I can definitely see here in the Nine of Swords that you've been going through something mentally, emotionally. Maybe it's depression, maybe it's some sort of disorder that has reappeared within your life that you're trying to overcome. And I do see here in the Nine of Swords that they can feel it. They feel like you've only told them half the story because you don't want to be a burden, you don't want to complain, you don't want to be that person that only has unfortunate news, but they can feel it, okay? And the last time that they saw you, they definitely felt like you left a big part of the story of what you've been going through out. Next, we have Death. Okay, so I do see here in Death that they're hoping for some sort of new chance, for some sort of fresh opportunity to be able to learn about what it is that you're going through, because I do see here in Death that they're really worried about you having to go through this time in your life alone. And I do also see here in Death that in a way they wish to start off on a fresh slate with you, and they wish that things could go back to how things were at the beginning when you met and everything was a bit more lighthearted. So in Death I can definitely see also a form of regret and a form of feeling helpless, a form of feeling as though you give them so much and they can't really give you anything in return. Next, we have the otter spirit. So in the otter spirit, I see that they felt really connected to you the last time that you encountered them, the last time that they saw you in person. So in the otter spirit, I can see here that not only did they want to give you a big hug, but in correspondence to the Empress, they also would have been interested in getting close to you physically and getting close to you romantically and embracing you in many different ways, if you know what I mean, group number 2. So next up, we have the lizard spirit. In the lizard spirit, I can see here that you allowed them to see the world from a different viewpoint, but we already kind of like spoke about that in the tsunami, and the fact that you gave them the confidence to dream big is something that they will forever remember, no matter where your relationship with them goes, and no matter where they're at in their life, whether they're really successful or in a place of despair, they will always think back to those words that you shared with them. They will always think back to just how real that you were with them, and how at the end of the day, one thing that they will never be able to say is that you weren't a good person or that you didn't try your best with them, no matter where the relationship went. Next, we have the porcupine spirit. So in the porcupine spirit, I can see here that the last time that they saw you, they felt a little small, okay? They felt like the less intelligent one. And I can see that in correspondence to the tsunami, because maybe you're younger than them, or, you know, when we go with stereotypes or social norms, maybe you should be less knowledgeable than them going with these social norms, but you just surprised them and hit them out of left field. And that is what I see here in the porcupine spirit, that kind of hurt their ego a little bit, not like in a crazy way, but just a little bit, because they felt like, wow, okay, I didn't expect this person to know so much and to be of so much help and value to me. Next, we have the stone people. So in the stone people, I can see that they feel like, wow, okay, now I need to freshen up my knowledge, because in a way they also feel in competition with you, and they feel like they have to keep up society's standards and norms of them being at a certain place academically or just intellectually in comparison to you. So there is a little bit of a feeling of competition here. I can see here in fairies that nevertheless, it is undeniable that you have this type of earth magic, and they feel like this is something that is exclusive to you. They feel like this is something that they've never felt in anybody else. And this earth magic that I see here in the fairies is this feeling that they get when they're around you. It's like this warm, mushy feeling on the inside of being cared for and of being around somebody who truly gives an F, if you know what I mean, who truly wants to wish somebody else the best, and not just like you telling them, oh, good luck, but you actually going that extra mile and giving them different pieces of advice and giving them information about things that they didn't know beforehand to help them out. No matter what your relationship may have been like, you're there for them. And I can see here that one thing that they find you to be is this kind of like earth fairy who is full of this earth magic, and that you deserve to be protected, but you're putting yourself in a position where it's hard for anyone to get near you and for anybody to save you, because you're constantly so focused on saving and helping others. Now, group number 2, these are the messages that I received in correspondence to your reading. Leave a little fairy emoji down below in the comment section if you made it to the end, and to let others know that this is the group that you chose. Also, let me know what resonated with you within this reading. Move on over here to find more readings or onto my channel, because I have hundreds of tarot readings on my channel, honey. So do know that you will be well fed with content. And if you're completely new, feel free to subscribe. I upload videos at least 2 to 3 times a week, if not more, so you will be part of an active community. So group number 2, I hope that you're doing amazing. Know that I'm thinking about you all the way from Switzerland, and I'll catch you in another one of my videos. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Vanadinite group number 3. Let's do a quick close-up of your stone. So let's zoom in already. Okay, there we go. So this is what the Vanadinite looks like. It is a very glimmery, beautiful gemstone. Excellent choice, group number 3. So let's move into your reading to figure out exactly what their thoughts were the last time that they saw you. So first up, we have fire. Okay, they felt really passionate about you, okay? They felt some sort of intense emotion the last time that they saw you. Let's figure out exactly what that emotion was, group number 3. We have the summer solstice, so radiance. They found that you were glowing, and they found as though the entire connection with you was one that could go somewhere. They found you to be somebody who kind of like lights that fire within them. That's one thing that I see in the summer solstice in correspondence to fire. This is just all a very hot and bothered situation, okay? So they most likely had some sort of fantasies about you that are maybe not exactly PG-13. Next, we have the waterfall. So I can see here that they effortlessly kind of connect with you. They feel this way about you without having to try, without it coming from anywhere that they kind of had to move into. You know, they didn't need to think very far to feel this way about you. It's all just a very natural type of connection. It's a very natural type of thought process. So let's see what else was going on the last time that they saw you. We have the Knight of Pentacles, but reversed. So I can see here in the Knight of Pentacles that to a certain extent they felt a little bit insecure about their social status. So know that if they are like studying a certain thing or their job doesn't provide them with that much financial stability, this is something that they're really self-conscious about around you, and this is something that may make them feel a little bit intimidated by you because they're not quite sure how you would feel about that. Next, we have the Two of Swords. So in the Two of Swords, I can see here reversed that they are too afraid to make a choice to talk to you again. So the last time that they saw you, the last time that you spoke to them, that you were with one another, they were maybe a bit more in a courageous place, but now they've kind of shut down a little bit and they can't even imagine reaching out to you or asking you out to hang out again because they are a little bit embarrassed and a little bit intimidated. Okay, so it's a mixture of both. Never mind that they most likely don't have anything to be embarrassed about because you're most likely not judgmental like that, but they in their head are making everything a lot bigger. Next, we have the Ace of Cups. So in the Ace of Cups, I do see that the last time you met, they were kind of really hopeful about a relationship, which dissipated as soon as they realized like, wow, maybe you're kind of out of their league, or they got to this place where they were too afraid that you may not like them. Next, we have the Ace of Pentacles, but you did kind of inspire and encourage them to do better for themselves in the earthly realms. That is one thing that I see in the Ace of Pentacles upright. So you encourage them to think about creating financial wealth and abundance and stability for themselves while still doing something that they love. So the last time that they saw you, you really ignited some sort of passion and drive within them to finally create the life that they desire in their career as well as when it comes to material things. I see here in the skunk spirit that the last time that you saw this person, you really kind of hit the nail on the head when you were talking about certain things and self-worth, and being in a space where you're valuing yourself is something that came up. And I see here in the skunk spirit that you gave them this push to know their worth. You gave them this push to feel like, okay, I can do this. I can make something out of myself. Like, I am somebody who is deserving. Now, they have not 100% like applied this to the relationship with you because they do feel intimidated and scared and kind of like they're not good enough. But in the skunk spirit, they are slowly but surely applying the confidence that you gave them to other areas of their life, which is already a great step forward. Let's see what else is up. We have the hummingbird spirit. So you made them feel like they had to be in the moment right then and there. So they're usually someone who is really distracted. Think back at when you saw them. Were they on their phone very much? Were they kind of fumbling around with other things? Or were they fully present in your conversation and in the space that you were in with one another? Because I can see here in the hummingbird spirit that they thought, wow, like, I'm really inspired to be here, to be present. I can see here in the rabbit spirit that this feeds further into them feeling as though you're somebody who is really attractive and they would like to get closer to. Rabbits are symbols of fertility, and fertility is something that can only arise if there is a certain level of attraction. But I do see here in the rabbit spirit that they also find you to be somebody who is really lucky. So if you come from a fortunate background, this is something that they see and notice. I can see here in the bee spirit that they can tell that for you, nothing but kind of sweet results really await. They're not worried about you or where your life is going to take you. They feel as though you're a very fortunate human being who's most likely going to get through life just fine. Next, we have the deer spirit. They also thought that you were a very gentle soul, a very gentle person. That is something that they appreciate in you, but it is also something that they feel like you need to protect. It is also something that they feel like maybe you allow too many people the privilege of seeing that side of you. I see in the cat spirit that last time that they saw you, they felt like you were a very independent person. They felt like you were somebody who could take care of themselves and that you didn't necessarily need backing from anybody else. So even if you come from a more fortunate background, I do want you to know that they felt as though you could still do things by yourself without support from friends or family, whether it is emotional support or financial support. Last but not least, we have the turkey spirit. So in the turkey spirit, I can see here that last time that you met them, they found that you are the type of person who is very giving, very caring, and they want to give something in return. Like the next time that they see you, they want to feel as though they've moved forward with their life. They want to feel as though they took your advice and were able to make something out of nothing or something out of themselves since the last time that you've seen one another. So they have a little bit of pressure, they have a little bit of worry about not being good enough, but I do see here that the spark and the fire that you ignited in them to do better for themselves and to do better to potentially have you be an active part of their life is undeniable, and it is a really positive effect, group number 3. So you should be proud of yourself for influencing someone in such a positive way, and most likely doing so without even realizing it. Now, group number 3, we are at the end of your reading, and I truly hope that you found this insightful. You can leave a flame or a sun emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know that you made it to the end of your reading and that this was the reading of your choice. Also, feel free to let me know down below in the comment section what hit home the most for you, and check out another one of my videos. I have hundreds of videos posted on my YouTube channel with readings, with spiritual topics, so there is a little something for everyone in there. So make sure that you check that out and subscribe to my channel. Now, group number 3, I hope that you're doing amazing. Make sure that you stay safe, and I'll catch you in another one of my videos. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your reading. Now, you chose the Kyanite, group number 4. I'm sure you're wanting to see a close-up of your stone. So here we go. This is a beautiful blue, really nicely structured crystal. It has some very shiny aspects to it, but at the same time, it has a little bit of that matte elegance, if you know what I mean. Now, let's move into your reading in order to figure out exactly what they felt and what they thought the last time that they saw you. So first, we have the clouds. So one thing that I can see here in the clouds is that they couldn't quite put their finger on you or the situation. They're not 100% sure how you feel about them. You confuse them. You're the type of person that is very hard for them to read. It's very difficult for them to understand what you're going through, what you're thinking, and just overall they're getting very mixed messages. Now, is this because you're actually putting out mixed messages? That is a whole another topic, but they are taking whatever you're doing as mixed messages. But they could also be somebody who is not so good at reading body language and what somebody else may want or need. Next, we have love. So nevertheless, they find you to be somebody that they have a lot of feelings of love for. They feel really empathetic and compassionate towards you, and when you feel hurt, they feel hurt. When you're going through something, they are going through something. So when they do understand what is going on, they are highly compassionate, and for them it feels like they're going through it with you. They're the type of person that once they form emotional ties, those ties like last forever, okay? It's almost like hard to get rid of this person once they have established that trust and that connection and they know that they have the green light. Next, we have the island. So in a way, they felt kind of alone. In a way, they were really sad that meeting you had to come to an end and that you both had to part ways. So I can see here in the island that they're feeling a little bit alone and confused, and in a sense, they're also kind of wondering about your status. They're wondering about whether you're truly alone and truly single, or whether you are potentially still seeing other people. I see here in the crystals that they're really focused on the relationship with you. That's what they thought last time that they saw you. But the fact that they're really not sure what to make of you and your behavior, and the fact that they're not 100% sure if you are really emotionally available, makes it hard for them to want to continue to focus. So one thing that you may want to do if you're interested in this person is to just clear the air and make it as easy as possible for them to focus on you and not feel as though there's someone else in the picture potentially. I see here in the volcano that they felt really volatile around you, okay? You make them feel really emotional. You're like the only person that can get them so emotional, so hot and bothered, and in a place of insecurity. So that is one thing that I see here in the volcano. So this person is maybe otherwise more on the calm side, but around you there's a lot going on beneath the surface that once it's out there, it is out there. But let's see what else that they felt and thought the last time that they saw you. We have the whale. So I can definitely see here in the whale that they felt like the relationship went to the next level, but again, they're really not sure what's going on in your personal life, and that is something that is kind of stopping them from truly taking that next step and from truly confessing how they feel about you. But I do want you to know in the crystals especially that they are still hopeful. They are still going to try, but at the same time they need a bit more from you emotionally. So I can see here in the hermit reversed that they're a bit worried about being alone. They're the type of person who has been alone for a while, or at least has felt alone for a while. That is one thing that I also see reflected here in the island, and they're a little bit insecure because they maybe haven't been truly intimate with somebody emotionally or physically in a long time, and they're kind of afraid that they're going to mess things up with you should it ever come to that point, or should it ever come to that point again. I can see here in the Five of Wands that they're definitely battling some feelings of insecurity and some emotions in context to potentially being physical with you or being closer to you. They don't want to be like a loser. They don't want to be in a place where you look at them from a negative standpoint. I can see here in the Knight of Cups reversed that they have kind of retracted themselves emotionally to a certain degree, and the last time that they saw you, they felt like, oh, this person probably would never go for me anyways. So it's almost like they've given up a little bit, but hope still remains. We have two more cards that popped out, which is the Seven of Pentacles as well as the Ten of Pentacles. So in the meantime, this person is distracting themselves with work. I can see here in the Seven of Pentacles that they're just tending to their various work problems and commitments, and that is one thing that is taking their mind off of the situation with you. I see here in the Ten of Pentacles that financially they have a lot of stability around them, and they're changing not only their life but also the life of others, their family, and overall I can just see here that when it comes to their professional life, everything is going amazingly well. So that is what they're choosing to lean into, just because it is a great way to not overthink and a great way to not be overly focused on you and end up kind of like freaking you out. Next, we have the Dragonfly Spirit. So I do want you to know here in the Dragonfly Spirit that they feel as though the truth will reveal itself eventually, but they're just not quite sure when. So they feel as though the truth about how they think about you and how they feel about you, and the fact that they most likely do have this romantic interest that has twin flame potential, is something that will reveal itself in due course. Now, twin flame potential is that forever relationship. When you think of a relationship that is just meant to be, those two people who fit fit together like the perfect combination in a puzzle. That is one thing that the twin flame connection often represents. I see here in the seahorse spirit that they're really committed to just kind of watch and wait. They want you to make the next move. They want you to tell them in a way that they can understand what you need from them, what you want from them. So they're really just taking time to watch and wait and to give your entire relationship a little bit of space. I can see here in the wolf spirit that they have been through some experiences where they've been hurt, so they're a little bit afraid of that happening again. That's why they don't want to put their emotions and feelings out there immediately. They kind of really do want to know that this is something that you can handle and that this is something that you're ready for. So they're afraid of being hurt, but nevertheless in the butterfly spirit, I can see that they are open to change. They're open to being in a relationship. They're open to giving this relationship a chance, but it is important for them that at least at the beginning, they are not going to be rejected or end up with a bruised ego. So that is one thing that is super important to them, and that if you want to have this person in your life for longer, give them the green light, allow them to know a bit more about how you really feel, because that will give them confidence to open up about the love that they have for you. Now, group number 4, this is the reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you found it insightful and that it resonated with you. Leave a little butterfly emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know that this is the group that you ended up choosing. And if you've made it to this point in your reading, we clearly vibe with one another, so make sure that you hit that subscribe button and also check out some of the hundreds of other videos that I have on my channel. Now, group number 4, I hope that you're taking care of yourself and staying safe, and I'll see you in another one of my videos.